we got huge news out of YouTube just a few hours ago.
Oh, it's absolutely massive. So there's several things. Google just had its Mark Zuckerberg moment. If folks remember, after the Supreme Court case that Amy Coney Barrett, Coney Barrett threw out effectively on standing grounds, arguing that effectively that there was insufficient evidence of government coercion of the platforms to censor the specific individuals in the lawsuit because of the thousands of people that the Biden government told to censor. The exact plaintiffs were not named by the Biden administration. The Biden administration simply told them, take down everyone who's a critic of COVID, take down anyone who questions election voting machines, and those people got swept up in it. After that, Mark Zuckerberg wrote this letter in 2024 to Jim Jordan's House Judiciary Committee, confessing and saying, yes, actually, we did do this because of government coercion. We only did this because of government coercion. Jim Jordan, who deserves all the credit in the world for this, by the way, as the head of the weaponization subcommittee in the House Judiciary Committee, has been on big tech companies like white on rice for 3 years now, and these efforts are paying enormous dividends. In what the House Judiciary Committee has been doing has been subpoenaing the tech companies for their version of the Twitter files. We got the Google files, the Facebook files, and the like, and they all showed government coercion on this. And what Google has done is they have confessed, just like Mark Zuckerberg did, to take having the terms of service policies they did because of pressure from the Biden government. But then they went a step farther and offered effectively an amnesty, offered a right of return, if you will, to the exiled, banned social media accounts who criticized both COVID vaccines and COVID policies, as well as election denial. This was one of the big ways they completely rigged the 2020 election, is that almost every major right-wing influencer was kicked off of the biggest video platform on planet Earth and the second biggest website on Google on planet Earth. The number one most trafficked is google.com. The number two most trafficked is youtube.com. Both are controlled by Google, and offered them the ability to come back to the platform. And there's lots of reasons, in the background of this. There's obviously the fear of government pressure from any number of U.S. executive branch agencies, as well as legislative pressure. This was the trick that Democrats used to pressure the platforms to do censorship. This was the thing I was calling for in 2018, 2019, 2020, that Republicans need to do as counter pressure for free speech. Those same kind of pressure tactics are very effective because at the end of the day, these corporations have a fiduciary duty to maximize shareholder profits, and the government is the big customer for these companies, especially Google. Google was conceived of initially. It came out of a DARPA grant for a joint CIA-NSA program called the Massive Digital Data Systems Program. This is how Larry Page and Sergey Brin were in position to create Google, because their DARPA grant while they were Stanford PhDs was to create the architecture for Backpage, this predecessor to Google that turned into Google. And then Google became a military contractor the very year they went public. I think it was 2003, 2004. That Google has almost all of its major products and services because of the U.S. government. They only have Google Earth because they bought the CIA's keyhole satellite technology. The list goes on and on and on.
And Mike, just in the last minute that we have, I want to point out that one of the high-profile conservatives that we know faced this kind of government censorship was none other than Charlie Kirk himself. And you saw these increasing levels of censorship, and you've said, and I've said in the past, that as censorship increases, the ultimate form of censorship becomes censorship with a bullet, and that's exactly what happened with Charlie.
Yep, and this is going to be with us for eternity. The fact is every great movement ultimately faces the day when one of its leaders faces that bullet. That is the telltale sign that they have no other way to stop you. And they did that to Charlie in his prime, and not even in his prime. I mean, Charlie was absolutely going to be a U.S. president one day, if not in the next 5 years, in the next 10, 20, 30, 40.